balance of trying,
Mm-hmm.
but yet also not giving up.
Uh-huh. Right.
So a parent is going to say, okay, we've kind of discovered what that possible area of interest is. Now I want to commit to about a semester at least.
Mm-hmm.
How do I keep my student on this task for this semester and show them that they need to really stick with it so they can figure out if this really is something instead of just trying it for 2 days and saying, it's not for me.
Right. All right. So yeah, yeah, I've definitely been there. Oh, I like this. You know, I like this, but I'm tired of,
Yeah,
so
right.
absolutely. So that's where structure has to come into play, for
Mm,
me, in my experience, just with my own children. Oh, I'm kind of tired. I don't necessarily want to do dancing anymore. you know.
right. Yep.
So you know, we can always find ways of maybe sometimes giving a break, you know, but maybe a short break. Maybe one weekend they don't go, but at the same time, remembering that we signed you up for this because you said you wanted to. Okay,
Yes.
so you said you wanted to. So let's stick it out. You almost make that deal, but it's not really make. I don't look at it as making a deal. I just don't
Right.
know. I don't know a better way of saying it. But
Right.
yeah, absolutely. But remember, you wanted to commit to it. So even with my own children, this is what we need to do until a certain time, and then while you're doing this, and that's the thing, you want to provide some sort of a structured choice making. Okay,
Yeah, I love
structured
that.
choice making while you're still doing this for a semester or for whatever time you do it. Let's look at some of the other stuff that you said that you might like to do. Okay, um, let's look at that and see. And you always want to kind of put a positive spin on it, not so much like
Right.
you said you wanted to do it, so that's it. You're gonna
Right.
do it. And I don't care what you do. No, no, yeah. I mean,
Then they won't
again,
want to commit to anything at all ever again.
right. You want to, yeah, it's finding that balance with choice making. You want to encourage choice making. You want to do that, but at the same time, you want to structure it in a controlled way. Okay, so that it's the same concept of there are rules to every game. Okay, I look at choice
Yeah,
making
I
as a
like
game.
that.
You know, you can't just play the game without knowing the rules. Otherwise, how do you know you're winning? How do you know you're losing?
Right.
How do you know you're
Yeah.
doing well?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, choice making is, yeah, there's that game that needs to be played, and with some other students, you have to play a little tougher with them. You got to be very tricky.
Yes.
You got to be very tricky, and that also means knowing them,
Yeah.
knowing who they
I love
are and
that.
what they're going to do, what they're going to say. Expect them, their habits,
Right.
but at the same time, yeah, you want to structure that choice. Okay, well, I like to kind of play that game with my kids. Okay, you said you're going to do this. You said you want to do this. Okay, we have to keep doing this up until maybe till the month is over. Okay, but while you're doing that, let's look. What else did you want to do? Let's look into that. But you have to make a choice. Okay, you give them that. You give them those what do I want to say? I'm not getting the right word.
That's okay. Yeah, but
you
it's boundaries.
Those boundaries. There you go.
Yes.
That was it.
Yep.
Ding ding ding.
You're making the right signs with your hands.
Yeah, you know
So,
what I
yep.
mean. But
No, but
yeah, boundaries.
that's
Yeah.
really good though. I've never thought of it that way of, yes, let's stick it out, but, encouraging well, what would be next? And it may get them to that point where they're through the tough stuff and they realize, oh, the practice is hard, but the results are good.
Mhm.
I want to stick with this.
Mhm.
But yeah,